sister, and pretty much when I was younger, I was probably Gabby's age, I didn't really think anything much about CF. I didn't know much, I was too young. But as I went to kindergarten, I remember my first week of kindergarten, because the first week I remember just Nikki coughing. And here I am, nervous about the bus, holding on my sister's hand. She's coughing as we're getting on the bus. I remember one kid standing up, now he's in 3rd grade, 2nd or 3rd grade, and he was just like, oh great, the sick kid's back on the bus. And he's like, no one wants to sit next to her, she's gross. She smells, she's coughing all the time, and he's like, you gotta stay away from her. I remember saying, don't be picking on my sister. Now remember, I'm a kindergartner, that little same age as Gab. And I went up to that guy, stood up for my sister, and literally stepped on his foot, meet him in the frontage, and get sent to the principal's office. He had to come into school and talk to the principal first week of kindergarten. So from then, everybody knew to stay away from my sister and make sure that no one's gonna mess with her, because
she's the muscles, I'm the mouth.
I was always gonna protect her. Growing up, my friends would always say, like, why is your sister always coughing? Why did she, if she's in the restroom, why does she smell? That's gross. I don't want to, is there another bathroom you have, that I can use? Because, it's sort of gross. And I would explain it to them, and I'm like, this is how it is. My sister, I'm gonna represent her, and, she has lung disease, and I pretty much was always, everybody pretty much, my friends, they all understood. And if anybody ever said anything about her, they all had her back as well. So it was really nice. I had a nice supportive system and friends. But as throughout the years, I always there's nothing really throughout school. I did some drug studies with her, which was a lot of fun. I remember swallowing a pill. It was a microchip that was almost the size of your pinky. And that was a bit, I'm not I still today take chewable Tylenol because I cannot swallow pills to save my life.
It was hilarious.
So here I am trying, and then so here I am in the CF clinic, and they gave me a little Dixie cup of water. And that's how much water you get to drink that, to take that pill. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't swallow pills at all. And they're like, nope, that's pretty much it. It went down, kept coming back up. I keep asking for more water. It was a mess.
I kept laughing.
Yeah, she kept laughing, which did not help at all. And I walked around the school with a little monitor, and people would always ask me, what are you doing? Why do you have that? And I'm like, they're comparing my body to my sister's. They're trying to, this microchip is going to see how fast it goes through my body, along with didn't take pictures.
No, just measured pH balance and stuff.
I was like, cool, this is gonna be really weird. But just to see how it was, I didn't mind doing that as a sister. And I don't know, that was fun. And as throughout the years, obviously I had Gabby, and right when I had her, I was a little worried when I was pregnant with her. But at the same time, I'm like, if she has CF, it's okay. I went through it with my sister. And I'm like, my sister's a fighter. And being with her, I always made sure, I would always be on top of her case. You're taking your pills, right? Do your treatment. Or I always wouldn't mind slapping the living daylights out of her back. And after I had Gabby, I did do a test. I wasn't sure if she had CF. And I did a sweat test. I think she was almost 2 months old when she did the test, just to see if she did have CF. But I would say her wedding day was the most, I was a mess. I was crying my eyes out when she was coming down the aisle, because seeing her, I kept thinking my whole childhood, I'm like, is this gonna be the last year with her? How much time am I gonna have on, with my sister? I'm gonna start crying. I'm like, she's my best friend. So, sorry. But, pretty much knowing, just trying to make sure I spent thanks, to make sure I live life to the fullest, not just for me, but for her. Make every moment count. And, sorry. But, she's not just my best friend and my sister, but she's half of me. Like as she said, she's the model, I'm the muscle. So we're a great pair. But, yeah, I'm trying to think what else I did when flying.
You lived with us.
Yeah, I did. That was fun too. So my daughter and I, we went through a rough patch in our life, and my sister and her husband took us in, and it brought me right back to growing up together as a child, going through sharing the same bathroom and shower, which I had to go through. I'm like, oh great, now I have to share a bathroom with her. Now I have to deal with all these pills and medications all over the counter. And I was in charge of groceries. Now, she has diet restrictions. I had to make sure. So here I am going through the aisles and making sure that gluten-free, and it's a lot. You don't realize some of it. I actually caught her on a couple things when I went through her refrigerator the other last time, and I was like, you're having mayonnaise and ranch that both have gluten in it. And I catch her on certain food, or she's gotten used to it now, but I'm still today, I make sure all my groceries are gluten-free for the majority of the part. That way, when she comes over, she can just help herself into my fridge and freezer, which she does on a regular basis. And so, but yeah, living with her, it helped my daughter understand it more too. She had to watch her aunt do treatments. You'll see her to show the one treatment she has, but my daughter would sit on her lap and actually do part of it with her. And just to see, and she has seasonal allergies, so once in a while, when she has coughing fits, they would both do their treatments together, their albuterol treatments. So it was always great for not just me, but now my daughter to realize it, because yes, we do ice skating with handicapped kids and adults, but now she gets to realize she's not afraid to go up to those people that may have different diseases or different cases, where she'll go right up to them like, hey, how are you? What's your name? And it's great for kids, I feel to be around that. And especially I feel if anybody went up to my sister, she's wearing a mask and it's oh, she's sick, let me stay away from her. She would be like, oh no, I'm right next to my Aunt Amy. She is not afraid to do that. But I will say around Christine, when Mary lost her sister, it was it brought me, I felt like I was married. Now I'm gonna start crying. But I felt like I lost my sister during that, because we were really close, and I'm like, what would I do if I lost Nikki? I would be a wreck, and I know exactly how Mary felt. Sorry, I know, now you got all of us. But I just kept thinking, I'm like, what happens when that's the day for me? If I'm praying every single day, nonstop, please let Cystic Fibrosis find a cure for that way, for Nikki, so I can have many more years with her, so she can be more, watch this one now graduate. That would be a goal, and maybe even see her have kids. That would be awesome. And I'm like my dad mentioned before, Nikki having kids, I will not step foot near some of those animals that she has in that house. But that one dog that drives me crazy once in a while, but I love her to death. She's my niecey pup. But that doesn't bother me, because knowing that Nikki is by my side still today and still alive, that's what matters to me. And that's what counts. I don't know what else to say.
You're fine. You're good. You want to be done?
Yeah, I don't know what else to add. Sorry, I'm the mess. I'm the emotional one.